All right, let's dive in. We're living through one of the most chaotic real estate markets in modern history. Skyrocketing prices, bidding wars, and people stretching every last penny just to get a roof over their heads.
Yeah, and the wild part is, it's not just happening in one city or country. This is global. From Toronto to Tokyo, Cape Town to Copenhagen, people are spending absurd amounts just to call a place home.
And the irony is, once they do get that home, many become what some call house poor. Saddled with massive mortgages, taxes, maintenance, and insurance, it's like you're no longer living in the house is living on you.
Exactly. It's what some people refer to as the golden cuffs. You think you've made it, but suddenly you can't switch jobs, travel, or even breathe financially because your entire life is wrapped around that mortgage payment.
And the emotional pressure to buy is enormous. You hear things like renting is throwing money away, or you need to own something to build wealth. But what if that logic doesn't hold anymore?
Right. Let's talk about some of the real risks that don't get discussed enough. One big one: shared property or access disputes. You buy a home thinking it's yours, but suddenly you're fighting with a neighbor over a fence or a shared driveway.
Yeah, those legal headaches can drag on for years, and in many cases, they reduce the value of the property, if not your sanity.
Another issue is the illusion of appreciation. People say real estate always goes up, but that's not a law of nature. It's often the result of cheap money, speculation, and sometimes flat-out manipulation.
And if you look closely, the actual return on investment after taxes, interest, repairs, and inflation isn't nearly as great as people assume. Sometimes you're better off putting that money into diversified investments.
Let's not forget mobility. If you own a house, moving for a better job or opportunity becomes way more complicated. You can't just pack up and go. You've got to sell, deal with agents, taxes, maybe even capital gains.
Absolutely. And people underestimate how expensive and stressful it is to maintain a house. New roof? That's 10 grand. Plumbing issues? Say goodbye to your savings. It never ends.
And still, folks are paying way over asking price. Why? Scarcity panic, FOMO, or sometimes it's just desperation. But if that price includes a 60-year-old foundation and a neighbor who plays drums at 2 a.m., was it really worth it?
There's this cultural idea that owning a home equals success, but we need to challenge that. In many markets, ownership doesn't bring freedom. It brings rigidity, debt, and stress.
Not to mention, governments and banks benefit massively from keeping this dream alive. Debt is profitable for them. So they encourage ownership, knowing people will chain themselves to 30-year loans.
It's a powerful system. And once you're in, you're less likely to rebel. You're invested, literally. You can't afford to question the system because your net worth is tied to its survival.
So maybe it's time we flip the narrative. Instead of asking, why rent? Maybe we should be asking, why own?
That's the question we'll leave listeners with today. What are you really buying when you buy a house, and what are you giving up?
Think about it. Are you chasing stability or locking yourself into a prison with really nice countertops?